Hi everyone, I'm Heather Leopard, and today I want to talk through with you how my daughter met her all-time favorite band, and then I'll walk you through the process of this grid-inspired layout. So usually I actually do the title last, but this time I did it first because I wanted to paint some black or more of a dark gray type of look to my pattern paper. So I applied some black mist and some water splotches to kind of give it this distressed look. The next step in the process was to design my grid, and I wanted to leave 1/4 of an inch around the perimeter of the design, so the top, left, bottom, and right. So what I did was I started with a pencil and a ruler and marked 1/4 inch over, and then I marked every 2 1/4 inches. So the markings actually are at 1/4, 2 1/2, 4 3/4, 7, 9 1/4, and 11 3/4. And I did this around all the sides of the paper. Then what I did was I stitched from one end to the other so that I would have lines going down as well as across the page to help create this grid design. So these are just straight lines just going down. And then I also decided I wanted to add a little bit of fun and interest to the page. There you can see the grid design. But I wanted to add a little bit of fun to the page, so I used my zigzag stitch and just zigged and zagged in different places around the layout, which you can see right here, just random. Once that was done, it was time to cut out the title, and I decided that the title of it should be the title of the band, Why Don't We? And they have this fun square logo with Why Don't We included inside of it, so I thought I would emulate that on this page. Not exactly like theirs, but very, very similar. So instead of a square box, I ended up doing a rectangle, and then I cut out the words Why Don't We? And so what I did here was, this is me cutting out the rectangle from the cut that I just made. So you can see there, it's a very thin line around it, but it fits perfectly in the grid. And then I cut out the letters to the Why Don't We? Now that I know that it all fits, I'm going to go ahead and adhere it down, and I need to add that exclamation point, not an exclamation point, an apostrophe in the word don't. So now I'm just using this ruler to make sure that I get it all lined up straight. While I'm going through these embellishments, I'll give you as brief as possible description of these photos. So my daughter's favorite boy band is called Why Don't We? They are giving Shawn Mendes some really stiff competition. But my husband and I gave our daughter a deal. We said that if she got certain grades and kept up her great behavior, which she is just a sweet little girl, that we would purchase some concert tickets for her. So she found out that Why Don't We was coming to town, and I purchased the ticket. She was just so happy to be going. She was just really thrilled about it. We got there, and she saw all the meet and greet people standing in line, and then there were even more people standing in line for general admission, which luckily I was able to get second row seats in the balcony, which were great tickets. So anyways, she saw the meet and greet people, and I could tell she was a little bit disappointed, but again, so happy to be going. And while we were walking around just trying to waste time, we heard a bunch of screaming, and we looked around the corner, and a couple of the band members had come out. And all those people that were screaming were actually in line, like on a 3rd level balcony. And we happened to be on ground level. So we took off. And if you can imagine a 14-year-old daughter and her mom running after these boys. Anyways, they stopped, and they were just so sweet. They actually came to her and gave her hugs and took pictures and stood there and talked with us for a good 5 to 10 minutes. They actually asked how I was doing. They were like, "How are you doing, Mom?" And they were just really sweet guys who you could just tell cared about their fans, which, by the way, I hope they remember when they hit it really big time. But anyways, it was just a really great experience for my daughter and I. Even now, that happened in March, and it's May, and she's still talking about it. So now that I have talked your ear off about the story, let me just fill you in on this design. So I think I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 photos on there. I wanted to make the one where she meets both of them together kind of the star. And if I forgot to mention earlier, I cut the pattern paper into 2-inch squares. And I am now making a pocket for a journaling tag. So I use some foam dots to kind of outline where I want the tag to sit and then just place the photo over it. A few little adjustments here and there, and now it is perfect. That's a journaling spot. I added an embellishment over it that I stapled to it so I can easily pull it in and out, and it kind of overlaps the photo a little bit. And now I just need to go ahead and get all of my photos adhered to the page, the 2x2 pattern papers, and I'm going to add some embellishments here and there. I'm going to pop up some of the pattern papers with foam dots, others I'll just adhere with, regular adhesive. And this is kind of my subtitle that I'm going for, Loving This. I think it's perfect for what this day is all about. I end up putting that circle there, but I don't like it because it's the only circle on the entire layout, and it just, something about it, it's drawing my eye right to that, and that's not where I want the focus of this layout to be. So now that that last photo is adhered, I just need to double check to make sure that all of my embellishments are stuck in place also. I also found these You plus Me enamel circles, which were just perfect. Actually, it's a You and a Me, and then I have some plus paper there. So I thought that would be really cute to do the You plus Me. And then this cute 3x4 tag, I cut down to the size of the square, and that I put that where that circle was, and that's where I can add some additional journaling. I do have a lot to say, obviously, about this layout, and I even thought I might put some of her words and phrases, at least the ones that I could tell between her tears of happiness. And let's see, I just need to add a few more embellishments. So I'm looking through the puffy stickers that we have, the wood veneer. You can see I added some wood veneer and a puffy sticker heart up there at the top. There's some stickers, some acrylic stars. I figure, since these are up and coming, rising boy band stars, that I would include a few of those as well. And then, let's see, that little circle I just added is real life. So I replaced the O from the word loving and put that real life circle in instead of the O. And so that is the layout. So it's quick and easy. Grid designs are super fun to work with, and I really hope that you've enjoyed this as much as I loved making it, and as much as I loved this experience that I was able to share with my daughter. Thanks so much for stopping in today.